This the house I grew up in, man. I don't want to disrespect them too much by family, but that's the house I sit in the little bedroom where I used to get loose at, man. Damn, man. It's funny too, it seems so much bigger than, but that was like we moved there. You know how you come from nothing, man, and your moms work hard to finally get a house for y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's what this whole street represents to me. Like Damon lived right down here. Like this whole street, it just was a family at that time, man. And they kind of built ICU, like, because we tried everything out on it, you know. And then after a while, it turned into when ICU would do shows. We was doing more shows at Woodward than Woodrow. But wherever we was taking Madisonville with us.
Right.
And it seemed like the hood had that kind of love for us, like, you know what I'm saying, like they rapping. Like even all the dope boy street niggas, like they fuck with us because that shit was live to them. You know what I'm saying? It was so foreign to them, but it was live. Like them my little homies from around the corner. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, we was in the talent shows too, but we came to see ICU though. That ain't no perp gang. I mean, that ain't even no perp period. Like, yeah, that's how it was when we was dancing back then. I mean, even if people didn't like each other, it was all about respect. Yeah. You know, and people really wanted to see what the next person was doing because it was all competitive. We just wanted to be just as good as the next person was. So, I mean,
that's how we was. Like, we were just kind of, I was so pressed to just put on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to put on for my little street, man, my little street. Right. At that point, then it turned into I want to put on for Madisonville. And then that turns into I want to put on for Avondale because I lived in Avondale at a certain point. I lived in Northside at a certain point. And then it went to I want to put on for this whole city, man. I feel like I did that. If all else fails, I put in the inside of my CD, if I never get to the level that I want to get to, just know I want to kick it for this dream, and I gave it everything. Right. You know, so, and I feel like people, they gauge success on material and stuff like that, but in my eyes, I'm successful because I'm just a little big head boy, man. I'm Mama Riley's oldest son, little big head dancing boy from Madisonville. But I've been on BET and I've been around the world. I've been on MTV too and all type of stuff that people couldn't imagine, man, at that point. So that's what keeps me humble. Like, I went through a phase when we was getting money to where I was feeling myself. Like my mama said, like, boy, you feeling yourself. Right. I came out here and just walked around. And they bring you all the way back down to one. Right. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Can't remember where you came from.
Got to.
And that teacher. I got a question, man. This is something that I know. This for the fans.
Yeah.
I can't actually, for real. It's none of my business personally. People really want to know, man, what happened to Aristocrats? Like, you know, we seen it on the rise where it was big. Like, to Cincinnati, that was like Death Row. That was like that Pac and Suge.
That's
you know
crazy.
What I mean?
The analogy you use is the same thing.
Because that's basically how it was. But, you know, unfortunately, we was lucky not to lose. Yeah. We didn't lose none of ours. So, but... Yeah. Well, I mean, because it was big. It was big. Like, I mean, I was in Miami. I know how it was, you know, when you was doing those conventions and all that, and people bringing their clothes to you. They want you to wear their stuff, you know, publicists on deck. And I mean, that's what, and this was no joke. This is basically seeing what the industry had to offer. But at some point, things didn't go the way they panned out.
The breakdown, Aristocrats started off, it was the best thing ever. You know what I'm saying? For the city, for me, for up-and-coming artists. But this is my best advice with any of that. The music business and the street shit, they don't mesh. You know what I'm saying? They just don't mesh. So when it start getting more away from the music and into other bullshit, like, you know what I'm saying? It start taking away the positive. You know what I'm saying, was getting taken away with all the negative, you know what I mean? So, like, we was having miscellaneous cats around us, screaming Aristocrat and doing stupid shit, but it always fall back on K. Riley.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the T.I. situation, I'm not gonna go into it because I just feel like there just wasn't, you know what I mean? But it was like I had absolutely nothing to do with it. But the people that did, I know them, and you can't help who you know. So it kind of turned the situation kind of crazy, man.
Right.
But it's more sad. It's more a sad situation now when I look at it because something that could have been so good went so bad, man. You know what I mean? Like Iceberg locked up. I ain't really sure when he get out. You know, Jesse, Zabo, you know what I'm saying, locked up.
These people looked out for the community though. Like people gotta understand, like regardless of whoever they was or whatever people said they did, you couldn't tell me you couldn't go into a club and this man made sure you had a good night. You know what I mean? No matter what you was feeling, whether you knew him or not.
And that's what I miss. That's what I miss the most. We had fun. Like at a certain point, they only saw us for the negative, but they didn't understand like how much fun we really had just sitting around. We at the store every day, just kicking it, capping it. We taking flights and we just acting a fool, man. We had a real good time. So when that happened, I backed out of the music for a while. I stayed gone for a few years because it didn't feel the same.
Right.
And I understand how much money it takes for the machine. You know what I'm saying? Cats got a buzz. Like I got a buzz. It's gonna take X amount of money to do it. So it was like without that push, it seemed like hustling in reverse. It's like I done did everything else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So with the aristocrat thing, it's just a bunch of bad decisions took down the whole movement. You know what I mean? And I'm left here to pick up the pieces. The worst part, you know what I'm saying, with me, the album, the Incredible album, I never received a dime from that. But that's because of all the other stuff was going on, the cases and all of this stuff. They tied that into that.
Right.
You know, so my hard-earned, man, I put my whole heart in that. You know what I mean? But when you handle your business, you gotta handle your business like business, or you're gonna get that same result, man. And it's just like, that's the only and best advice I can give anybody. If you're in the music business, keep it business. You know what I mean? Just keep it business, man. But for that point in time, that's how I look at Aristocrat. It was a beautiful point in time when it was good. So I can accept that.
Right.
You know? And that's pretty much how that went.
So what can the people look forward to now? Like what's going on with the 2013 K-Rock?
Wow. I'm at a point in my life now. Like I love doing music, like I've been doing a lot of shows, but I'm more so on the coaching side. I like coaching new artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm in my late 30s, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm closer to 40 than I am 30.
Right.
So it's time to get more into the business. Like I done taught myself how to do recording engineering. So I got my own studio situation where I'm grooming new artists. You know, like I say I'm still doing shows because that's just what I love to do. But it's like with me now, I just like the other end. You know, I do songwriting, ghostwriting, vocal arranging. Like I'm just loving just being in it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as me as an artist, me and Tayway working on a project, but it's more, it would be leaning more towards R&B. You know what I'm saying? Maybe R&B, neo-soul, hip-hop kind of, but it's the music that I really listen to.
Right.
As opposed to what's popping at the time. You know what I'm saying? I still dig that when I go out. I want to hear that. But the music I actually listen to at home is the kind of music we're about to start making. But I'm not pressed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like before, I feel like I was racing the clock. Like I got to get on. I got to get your music out. But now, I'm at a more peaceful place, you know. I just almost died last year. You know, I had to have heart surgery, so I'm walking around with mechanical heart valves as we speak, you know, and I'm healing from that. So I'm more into doing what I love as opposed to what I, you know what I'm saying, what I think is live or hot at the time. So just be looking for all kind of music from me, man. You'd be surprised. You cut on something, man. It might be some reggae. You know what I'm saying? It might be, like I say, some neo-soul. It might be some R&B. I might be singing. I might be playing a goddamn guitar, like, but as long as I can do my music, I'm cool, man. You know what I mean? And as far as like even the industry thing, I still have a lot of connections. So if I get a song that I feel like is strong enough, I might try my hand.
Right.
Because with that song, I can just generate show money.
Right.
I can drop mixtapes and generate a buzz off of mixtapes and just get show money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Around in the area. So I'd be cool with that.
Right.
But as long as I'm doing my music, I'm cool, man. I'm into it. Like, I'm such a different place now. Like K. Riley then, in the Aristocrat days, I had tunnel vision, like it's just music.
Right.
But now, I want to do my music, and I want to be with my family. You know, I'm about to get married. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a totally different place, man. But it's a place of appreciation.
Right.
You know, to just be breathing, man. So that's where I'm kind of at with it.
How do a person with that much energy, man? You got a lot of energy, bro. Ain't like you slow dancing when you out here. I mean, how do a person have that much energy, man, and then all of a sudden have complications to where he sat back? Like what happened, bro? Because I just found out about it.
Yeah.
So I'm really more curious.
The crazy thing, people would never believe it. I was born with a heart condition. So it's called a bicuspid valve, where most people have a tricuspid valve, which is 3. I was only born with 2. And then when I was 5, I had an operation to repair 1. So you know what I mean? So, but from that point on, I wasn't the type to be like, oh man, I got a heart condition, I can't. Right. I'm gonna see what it do. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna stop doing what I love to do. I want to see what it do. So I ran track a little bit in high school, everything. I tried a little boxing. I'm dancing, you know what I'm saying? But it just caught up with me. And when it caught up with me, they said I had a blood infection called echocarditis, which really damaged them a lot, and they both end up going out. Right. So I'm already at a loss with 2, and then if they both go out, it's like if somebody went in your chest and did this, and stop like with the veins and stop the blood from pumping through your heart.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So they end up having to take them out and put the mechanical ones in. But it was crazy. I was in a nursing home for a month, hospital for a month. It just, man. But I understand that that's my life. Like that was what's supposed to happen. Yeah. But I use it. Because people see me now, they like, man, wow, you'll never know that if I didn't say nothing.
Right.
You know, I was on all kind of meds, man. It was ridiculous, man. I had the PICC line in my arm where I'm had to give myself, man. I had to give myself shots. I take blood thinners every day. I'm gonna have to take them for the rest of my life, though, because with the mechanical valves, regular blood is too thick to go through them properly. So I take the blood thinners. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my blood checked every 2-3 weeks, but I don't mind none of that, man. And then the crazy thing is, like, you can hear my heart ticking. Like, it sounds like a clock, but it's just a little faster.
Yeah.
And it's like I had to live with that, but that's the reminder in case I ever feel like, oh, I'm back and I don't care about, nah, you can't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that kind of put me in a place where I just had to go right a lot of my wrongs, you know, and I feel like I had to do something. And then when Scandal passed, it really hit home because we was both in the hospital at the same time for a minute. And I talked to him and we was talking about getting better and shooting a video to the King Shit song we got. And I would have never in a million years thought he was gonna die in there. Yeah. But that was the wake up for me, and a lot of people need to wake up, man. This life ain't promised to nobody. Every morning I wake up and I get out and just walk and do this. This a bald day. I'm just balling days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just balling days, man. Like, sooner from every day after that surgery, I feel like it's a bald day. It's a bonus. So if I die tomorrow, all the time I spent out after that surgery, he let me ball that. Right. So I just be trying to make the best of it, man. Like, you ever notice around when Pac died, how he just was working like crazy, like he kind of knew.
Had to
he had to get it. Like, I'm gonna just do as much as I can. I be feeling like that sometimes. Like, man, let me just do as much as I can, just in case now. Like, I'm kind of in a just in case spot.
Right.
But at the same time, music isn't my total focus like it was, because I got family. Like, at that time, I was trying to make it, but that was for the family. You know what I'm saying? But now I realize I got to be here for him. So that's pretty much what it is right now with K. Riley, man. Everybody got to grow up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said, man, I'm knocking on 40, man. And it's tripping me out. I'm like, ooh.
I'm almost there. Little do they know.
Oh, man, I'm trying to slow it down. Like, man, slow it down. But
almost there.
At the same time, if I can get there, oh, man.
It's a blessing.
Oh, man. So
to see how far you can get in. To watch people that actually wasn't even here when you was a kid, and for them to be grown now,
yeah.
I mean, it show your age, but it show all the accomplishments that you actually really went.
Then to still be around at our age. Look at us, man. Because I've known you since I was probably 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Like, for real, man, it's still here.
And we cool, like, you know what I'm saying? I see cats that didn't make it.
Yeah.
And then I see cats that's still around, but they don't look too good.
Or they don't want to find themselves at all.
Yeah. And I feel like the music kind of preserve us, too. That kind of love, it kind of preserves. It's just like an old athlete. You could tell, like, if he keep himself up and still love what he doing, you could look at him like, oh, yeah.
He's still probably good at it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it kind of holds you. Like, and I think the music did that for me because I just keep evolving. Like, I ain't one of them cats that's bitter. Like, man, these young niggas is... No, I love it.
Right.
I embrace it.
What you like?
Oh, man.
I mean, you know, not to give no favoritism, but there's some cats out here that really, for real, man, they actually... They putting their foot down, man, and actually, you know, showing that they got what it takes.
Oh, man, we do this all day. Lantana going crazy right now. What I like most about him is when I saw him out with his CDs, he'd be out by himself and just put pictures up with people with his CDs, but he driving to every neighborhood he can find, and he killing these shows, and I can hear the desperation. Like, when I listen to him, I hear this shit gotta happen.
Right.
It ain't nothing less than that. Like, this shit gotta happen. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I like him. I like Young Rome. I like Means a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching Means' career. Like, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Shout out to Means, man. Black owned and all that. I respect it. I remember he showed me some sketches of that. And now I look at it, I'm like, wow.
Came together. And it was funny because when I first seen the brand that he has, I didn't even know it was them. I had already seen it.
Yeah.
And didn't even know
so
that it was them. So
I like him a lot. I like Malio's music. He got a real mellow type of music that I dig. That kind of music that I kind of listen to. So I like him. It's so many people, man. I don't want to leave nobody out. I like Trademark Aaron a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I like Santino, man.
Santino, that's my guy.
There's just something about it. It's something
Santino
about
a character, man.
Right.
Santino's a star without the music. Like, Santino, one of them cats I know I could see in a movie. Like, the dudes wear my car type movies. Like, he's a character. So
he a lot of fun.
So that's gonna work for him alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just so many people, man.
Right.
I hope I ain't missing nobody that I really rock
there's a lot of people out here now.
It
ain't like it was 10 years ago.
I like Showbiz, too. International. I like Showbiz. I like Bandcamp a lot. I like just that whole brand.
I just like to see the fun. I love the fun in them.
Yeah.
I say that all the time.
I like
Adrian Brown is on his page all the time, man. I'm glad to even see somebody in the city smiling and having fun.
Yeah, I like that whole brand
to see it.
Because they all so different. Like, I know Luck for just being a rapping motherfucker. Like, bar for bar, he one of the nicest motherfuckers I heard in a while, and people wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? With Adrian, he's just a character. With the boxer, Nuke, it's just a character, man. And Nuke, I watched Nuke grow up. Like, his mom's like my sister, man, like a big sister to me. So, you know what I'm saying? And Sir Wu was one of the cats I wanted to sign him. You know what I'm saying?
I remember back in the day, man. I remember when we used to do the little parks, man.
Yeah, so exactly. I seen him perform on Fountain Square. I seen him perform on Fountain Square a long time ago. I was like, man, I signed him.
Yeah.
Then like Trey Day, Adrian brother. Oh man, I was just with him yesterday. He's a fool, but he's so talented, man. Like, he another one of them cats I could see in some movies because he's just a character. You just put a camera on him. So it's like, yeah, I like that Bandcamp thing.
We definitely
and they going
got
at their neck. Tweez too. I like Tweez because he was different.
Tweez is really like slept on, man. Period.
Yeah, they sleep on Tweez.
So I noticed that a lot of people
like
starting to respect his flow.
First started seeing Tweez, like just the swag, like the way he was dressing, and the way he was rapping, I was like, he going left.
Yeah.
He going left on him. So it was like, yeah. So it's a lot of people I really, really dig. Shout out to my Hamilton cats too, man. Assassin Records. I've been doing a lot of work and trying to help them. My Get It Quick homies, what's happening? Jackie ENT. It's just a lot of people that I dig, man, that I really, really dig. And I see them doing something. You know what I'm saying? I really see them doing something. Young Boo, what's up? It's my cat, man. Cocky at the Cocky joint. Attic Boys, Powder.
Yeah.
Powder, one of my favorites too. Like he going one of my favorites, like in my favorite slot. So yeah, it's a lot, man.
Bolo?
Oh man, you already know, man. Bolo ENT, it go without saying. That's my extended family though, so that was coming anyway.
Right now.
I'm watching them build.
Yeah.
Welcome home, Ron Mack too, man. Ron Mack, that's one of my tightest comrades in this music thing. Like the first time I was on a tour bus, I was with him. Like we just hanging. He's like, bro, come on, we going on tour.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Strong work ethic. I gotta say that about it, but I've been knowing that before I even was doing the music like that, the way they've been doing it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people, man. Larry Flint too, man. My boy Talent Calico. Sparks going crazy right now on them beats. Mac Niff, that's like little bruh, man. Kill Will, M80, them like my little brothers. I look at them like that, and they putting on, man. Like Cincinnati, man. B-Mal. Like I say, it's so many cats that I really got genuine love for, man, and I want to see do something, man. Even the females, Cardi, Stormy Monroe, you know what I'm saying, Honey Lee, Silver Carrots, you know what I'm saying? That's like family too, so I just want to see us get it, man.
I got 2 questions, man, before we even cut it. One, I gotta ask you, because out of all the females in the city, what do you think about Meth, considering she's probably the only, I guess you could say, real gay rapper, female
That's
gay
my cat.
rapper in the city?
I did a song with Meth a few years ago, just on the strength that I respect what she was doing, lyrically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lyrically, like she asked me to get on a song, I said no problem, because she was thinking like, oh, I can't rally, you better try to charge me, I said, man, just get it to me.
Right.
And I liked the song, and I killed it. So I've been rocking with Mac. She already know.
I'm sure she can tell real this year.
Yeah,
and,
she already know what it is.
My last thing that I need to touch bases on, because since we addressing things that's going on.
Shout out to my boy Cuddy too, man. Cuddy Marciano, man, and the team, Cuddy Marcy, man. Good dude.
Since we addressing things that's been going on in the city, I gotta ask you this. There's some particular footage that's on World Star. It's been up for about a month and a half, involving one of the artists that we represent, you know, out here in the city. And, you know, it's basically exposing her, you know, in a whole different light than what she should be respected for. What do you really think? What do you think about, you know, artists being put on blast, you know, before they actually even get their feet wet the way they want to?
It's that's Cincinnati for you. Shout out to Young Butter too, man. You know what I'm saying? Quaalude, Dirty Don, all in.
All in.
All in. I rock with y'all heavy. But yeah, as far as that, it's like with me. The bigger I was getting, the more hate you get. Because I find in Cincinnati, they into people they can touch. So as long as you're around here, you cool. But she taking off right now. So when you start taking off a little bit, people seem to want to pull you down and bring you down. So I didn't dig it on the strength of, you know what I'm saying, I know her personally, like, you know what I'm saying, so I didn't dig it on the strength of that, like, that's my friend, you know, like I say, like my family. So I didn't dig it, but as an artist, as you know what I'm saying, as another artist, I didn't dig it because we don't got many outs.
Right.
So when people do stuff like that, they close the door. Like with me, that's how they did me. It's like you closing the door doing that. But at the same time, it worked in her favor. It worked in her favor.
It definitely worked in her favor.
It didn't stop her none. I just seen her perform at the Yo Gotti, so she 100.
Right.
It didn't stop her none. You use that for momentum. You know what I'm saying? When they try to do that to you, I think that's what she did. All she need to do is drop something slick right now, and she off to the races. She can use that negative publicity as positive.
It's positive. It's positive.
So she won. At the end, she won.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
It did a lot for her. I mean, it gave her some of the biggest views. You know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
that's what they didn't help, but they actually helped promote her more than they helped bring her down. So.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, she win.
Right.
Shout out to Silver Carrots.
Shout out to Silver Carrots. Yeah.